Listen. Can you recognize these sounds? Games have been an integral part of all cultures and are one of the oldest forms of human social interaction. It's easy to forget, though, that just 50 years ago, digital gaming existed only in a few laboratories around the world. From the laboratory to arcades, video games have rapidly and radically evolved in the past half-century. With the opening of amusement parks, coupled with the advance in technology, the gaming industry has evolved from simple console games to highly technical ones. Undoubtedly, there is opportunity for employment where game technicians provide mechanical and electronic services, clean and transport the units, and must make detailed diagnostics and reports. On this episode of Career Moves, we take a look at how one man has taken advantage of this niche market.
My name is Antoine Baugh. My current profession is game technician. Well, a game technician, you basically service the games, install the games, fix the games, anything that arises that has to do with games, console game, arcade games, you name it. Well, I always love electronics. Not, my father did electrical, but I always love electronic side of it, components, gadgets, that sort of thing, because I used to like pull my toys apart and put them back together, just to see how it works and that sort of thing. So I went in mostly to electronics, so I went to Excelsior Community College and there I did electronics for 2 years, a certificate course. And then from there I went to UTech and did an electrical course, but it was actually electrical and electronics. So, that kind of helped me to become prepared to do what I need to do. Alright, today I'm installing the coin mechanism, the timer board, and the HDMI switcher. We are going to have two inputs. One input is going to be from a DVD player, playing a loop video of the location. So like here is buzzers. So you can have a buzzers loop video. So that will be playing all the while. When you're ready to play the game now, you put in your token and then it switches over to the console so you can play the console games. So after your time runs out, it switches back over to the loop video. In this case, this coin mechanism does it based on memory. So in order to program this one, what you'd have to do is insert the token a certain amount of times, and then it makes a record of what the token is supposed to take. So it might tell you that you need to insert the coins, you put in a set mode, you insert the tokens maybe 20 times, you put it through, and then it makes a memory of that. So therefore that's the only token it's supposed to take. Or you can even do money, you can use coins or you can use tokens, it doesn't matter. So you just need to program it and then it will take whatever you tell it to accept. Some of them now, we have the other types, which what you do is put a sample token in there. So you would have like a slot for it and you just open it, put in a sample token, and that's the only one it will accept based on what is in there. So if you put a $20 coin, that's all it's supposed to take. Unless it's faulty, then you'd have to change it. But yeah. Alright, the timer is just to count down the time. Depends on you have to program it. So you have to get instructions with this to change it by minute, hours, whatever. Depends. So you have various applications for this type of timer. But in this case, we're only using about like 5 minutes, which is already pre-programmed for 5, so I don't really have to change it. So what it is that when you insert the token, it switches over one signal for the switcher. When you connect the switcher, it is always getting from input 2. Input 2 will always be showing at the output. And when you insert the token, the timer board tells you to switch over to the input 3. So input 3 would start showing, which would be the console game. So you would actually be able to play the console game. When your time runs out, the time will switch it back over to input 2, which would go back to the loop video of the location, and then it just keeps going like that. This coin mech is a bit bulky based on the spacing. So what I'm going to do is just take out the faceplate. I have like a faceplate. So I'll just remove the faceplate so I can fit it inside. If there's something that I'm having problem with or I was having trouble with, I might go and research it, YouTube, that sort of thing, download the videos, save them, and maybe store them to my phone so just in case when I have to deal with that problem again, I can just pull up the video, look at it, give myself a reminder to make it much easier instead of, you know, have to keep researching every time, so that might just save the videos. Like for TV repairs are a little bit trickier. So I might save some information on that, save some videos on that. It depends on the problem because there are different problems associated with different areas. So they kind of break down which problem, so they kind of isolate the problem instead of just one general thing. So you have different problems and you can just have little videos of all of those. And you can just go back to that like one video of maybe 10 minutes and watch that video based on that problem. So you know if that's the problem you have in our, so that sort of thing. So that's what I use mostly to help me.
Other people are going to come with the same idea and they're going to need technicians to fix them, and anything can happen at any time. So definitely, one man can service the whole of Jamaica.
I definitely think there is a need for more technicians, game technicians actually, to service the games in here. As you can see, many games, and this is just one in the island.
Social activities, and I like the fact that someone came up with this concept to bring in a lot of games such as these.
I never actually thought about that, but seeing as they're bringing this now to Jamaica, I am thinking that they're going to have a need for more game technicians, most definitely.
Honestly, I don't think we have a lot of persons like that, especially in Jamaica. So I believe that yes, people can venture into that field.
And definitely other people are going to come with the same idea and they're going to need technicians to fix them, and anything can happen at any time. So definitely, one man can service the whole of Jamaica.
I'm Tatrice Bachelor. I'm from the School of Natural Sciences, assistant lecturer. An electronic engineer is an engineer that works on the electronic components of any system. Every system nowadays is automated, so you have a circuit to work on. Electronic engineers are those persons that would service these circuits. First of all, for any associate degree program, you must have 5 CXCs. So you must have math and English. However, for electronic engineering, we specifically want students with math, English, physics, IT, and any other subjects. IT, because one of the areas that these students would actually venture out into is actually communications industry, where you would have all these circuit boards, you have your cell phones, it has everything right now. So these persons would actually be relevant in that area. So we need them to have some idea of what information technology is about. Physics, because we're dealing with circuits. So students would have to learn the foundation as it relates to electricity and magnetism. Everything is automated, everything has a circuit board. At some point you need somebody to service these circuit boards, and this is where our electronic engineers would actually come in. So not only do you find them relevant in the gaming industry, we have the logistics hub that is now being rolled out. They are actually also relevant in that area. An associate degree is 2 years, 2 years full-time, 2 years including summers for part-time, so those persons who are actually working within that area but would like to increase their qualifications, we actually accommodate them by offering it at the part-time level. If it is though that students would like to venture out in that area but they don't have any CXCs, then they can still come here, sit the relevant CXCs, and then enter into that program. So in that situation, they would actually be here for 3 years. The cost of the program is approximately 200,000 per year. That includes the summers as well.
Here are some prerequisites for a job as a game technician.
Originally I started at Coca Jam, which is in Barbican Center. A friend actually told me about it, but he said that he went there like 2 times. He went there once before and there were games down, like a lot of the games down, and he said that, boy, you know, because I do electronics, I should, you know, check it out and thing. And he said he went there like 2 times. He does AC repairs, and he went there and a lot of them down and nobody can fix them. And so I just figured, say, you know, take a chance, you know. It's electronics, so, you know, it's not that far from regular repairs, because as some people might say, if you can repair a TV, you can repair anything. The repairs is more on the general side, you know. TVs, videos, radios, that sort of thing is what they normally teach in when you go to somewhere to learn electronics. I wasn't really interested in being very specific in my education. You know, like when I did electronics, I didn't want to do like computer repairs because you had computer repairs and you had electronics. No, I didn't do computer repairs because computer repairs just covers computers. So if somebody was to come and say, oh, can you fix a TV? I would have to say no, because, but if you do electronics now, somebody says, can you fix a computer? You say, okay, and then you kind of research it, and because anything that you have to read up on or whatever, it will come natural to you because you actually know that the information is there, so you will understand it and you can, you know, so you have to kind of modify, you know, add to it, because the general help with like the monitors, because the game is help with the screen for it, so the monitors and that sort of thing, and the, you know, controls, the coin mechanism, the timers, that sort of thing, the general electronics help is there. But then for the CPU now, that's more computer based, so a little bit of programming knowledge will be good. So a little bit of programming, a little bit of computer repair, yeah, so you need a little bit of that, and then you'll be okay.
There is a need for more technicians, I feel. Of course, you know, in the business that we are in, we wouldn't want to know that it's only one person that we can call on to work for us when our games go down.
The opening of game arcades such as Buzzers in Portmore has created job opportunities that Antoine was more than ready to fill.
The reason I got into gaming technician per se is because the pay that you get, or the money that you make from like general repairs, is not very consistent, right? So I rather deal with businesses, you know, gaming facilities, because you can depend on getting the pay when you need it. So you have a repair shop and you repair like TVs, and somebody come and tell a person, oh, it's X amount to do it, and them say, oh, all right, I come and check it next week, and then next week come and them say, oh, I don't have the money yet, and it's kind of ongoing like that, and then next thing you know, the person will come back for it, and then you are left with that. I prefer to just work with businesses, so I got into the game, you know, arcade game technician instead of just, you know, straight repairs, because it's a little bit rough that way, and then you have a lot of repair shops, so you have a whole heap of competition. Arcade game technician, I don't know of anybody who actually does arcade game repairs.
Philippe Edwards, Marketing Director at Buzzers. Well, Buzzers came out of 2 reasons really. One, a reason for me, I wanted to stay in Portmore, stay in Jamaica and the business. And I met with Tyrone Williams, who is our managing director, through a mutual friend, and he expressed his interest in doing some business in Portmore as well. And once we sat down to, knock our heads basically, we came out, he expressed some interest that he had, and I think all he wanted was a confirmation that this was a good business idea. And we started from there. The facility itself is in total 6,000 plus square foot. 4,000 plus of that is all gaming. So we feature arcade style games and we have console games, which is pretty much a creation of our own. We've now made PlayStation and Xbox console games coin activated. And we also feature brand new technology, which is brand new to the Caribbean, which is our 5D simulators. And I'm sure once you've experienced it, it's like nothing else. There is a need for more technicians, I feel. Of course, in the business that we are in, we wouldn't want to know that it's only one person that we can call on to work for us when our games go down. These games are pretty demanding. It all comes down to usage. If we have very busy weekends, then on a Monday we're calling the technician up to come and make minor repairs as well as major repairs. So it's pretty much a week by week situation. During the process of putting this whole thing together, we had that as a concern. We definitely knew we were going to need expertise. We were going to need somebody to maintain these equipment, especially with the fact that we got them halfway around the world. We found him. We're not going to disclose how we found him, but we found him, and he has been like a diamond to us. He has came in and fit in so many different areas of what we're doing. The 5D technology, he himself, almost single-handedly put all of that together with correspondence from our overseas contacts. I can go right ahead and tell you that we have a lot of intentions to expand, and we're looking at training staff. We've also had Antoine on board training our staff. So we have in-house staff that's able to fix minor problems. And so, as we expand, we hope to carry Antoine with us on that journey, for him to be there to install equipment and to maintain and train our staff on a continued basis.
Well, right now, I probably might leave because, as I said, there's not much facilities out here to maintain, what I do. So if I have a better opportunity, yeah, but I don't know if it would be permanent, but yeah, for a while, maybe a couple of years, sure.